What is a genocide? Turns out Hollywood did a fine job dramatizing a great American example. Little Big Man is one of my all-time favorite westerns. It stars Dustin Hoffman, who plays main character Jack Crabb, a 120-year-old man telling the story of his life in the Old West. As a young man, Jack's pioneer family was killed by the Pawnee, but he and his sister were rescued and raised by the Cheyenne. This movie's a little like Forrest Gump, because the main character meets many famous figures from the Old West, like General George Custer and Wild Bill Hickok, in the course of his many adventures. The movie is frequently hilarious, and sometimes devastating. The most upsetting scene in the movie is the Washita Massacre. At this point in the film, Little Big Man is living in a Cheyenne village, when suddenly Custer's cavalry show up, the haunting strains of old Irish drinking song Gary Owen playing on the wind. Soon, soldiers march into the native camp and start killing everyone. Man, woman, child, and even the horses on Custer's order. Jack manages to save his beloved grandfather, Old Lodgeskins, but does not make it back in time to save his wife, Sunshine, or their infant child. From across a small river, he sees them both gunned down by an American soldier on horseback. As Gary Owen plays on, life seems to leave Little Big Man, and the camera pulls back on flaming wigwams and cuts to the lifeless faces of dead villagers.
Why would they kill women and children?
Because they are strange. They do not seem to know where the center of the earth is.
Scenes not too different from this are being played out in Israel right now. What is genocide? It's a word we've heard a lot this past year. Sometimes, when I say that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza, people will try to challenge me in the comments. They say, define genocide. It's not that hard to do. Think Manifest Destiny. A wave of white settlers coming across North America to take the virgin land. A telling use of language. Virgin. Untouched. The people who lived here for thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of years before European settlers arrived, supposedly weren't even using it. But they still needed to be wiped out. Or relocated to new camps. Think Trail of Tears. How many deaths? Entire tribes wiped out throughout the course of Manifest Destiny. You know what you call that? A genocide. Killing people indiscriminately because of a shared trait like ethnicity is genocide. There's your definition. If you understand the basics of the American genocide against the First Nations population, you can see the same contours repeated today in Gaza. Manifest Destiny was the expressed goal of white Americans to settle from East Coast to the West, sea to shining sea. And taking that land required the indigenous population not to be there. If they wouldn't move peacefully into concentration camps, they would be killed. And those concentration camps still exist today in the form of native reservations, grudgingly conceded to the tiny remaining population who stubbornly refused to die out entirely. Americans wanted to settle land that generations of people already lived on. People who lived and hunted and tended the land for generations. But European settlers wanted that land. So the natives, who just did not have the numbers or the technological advantages of the white population, were killed in massive numbers. The American buffalo, a primary food source for huge populations of people, were wiped out nearly to extinction as well. The goal of any genocide is extinction. The indigenous population must be extinguished so that someone else can take everything they have. And this is what's happening in Israel. Now that northern Gaza has been cleared, Israel settlers are moving in. It's not a secret. That's what Israel wants to do with the Gaza territory. Exterminate the human population and settle the land. As Daniela Weiss, founder of the Israeli settler movement Nashallah, said last month, we came here with one clear purpose, to settle the entire Gaza Strip, every inch from north to south. Annexation is the stated goal. As one Israeli told Sky News,
just think we need to kill them, every one of them, and that's it.
A genocide, just like us. USA. And don't forget that the USA is the one sponsoring and funding and advising and protecting and facilitating and supporting Israel's genocide in Gaza. Because old habits die hard, but also because it's our playbook. And it keeps a lot of the paid sponsors in our US Congress very happy. Clear the land and move in, with fantasies of a new canal through Gaza that would generate billions in revenue. A new dimension emerges. Genocide is also about massive profits. Turns out that killing people and taking everything they have is profitable too. Let the good times roll. Or let's make them pay. Please like, follow, favorite, repost, and sign up for my Substack to have my posts sent directly to your inbox. Yeah, let's make them pay.